Train's heading for a tunnel up ahead.
Let's greet them at the station.
Hammer time.
Yeah!
Let's go. You hear the song, you saw the clip. Captain Marvel, the superhero antics are going to lead us off here.
This is the 21st movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, and the character of Marvel, or Captain Marvel now as she's known, goes back to the late 60s, and this is the first female-led Marvel movie, standalone flick, Brie Larson, powerful, commanding in the lead role. Unfortunately, she deserved a better movie.
Ooh, no.
It's just average Marvel fare. And do you want the good news first?
Hit us with the good news.
Okay. She's awesome in the role, and I really like Ben Mendelsohn, the wonderful Australian actor who plays the villain Talos, and he's part of this shape-shifting alien race. I really like what they did with that character. Took some twists and turns. It was much more complex than your average comic book villain. But the origin story of Carol Danvers, the way they present it in this film, is so clunky and awkward, and you get all that exposition where they have to explain every single detail, and the plotting gets really formulaic. I did like the 90s throwback stuff. It's set in 95, so you get the great Blockbuster Video, dial-up modem jokes, and the soundtrack really lends itself to those hits we remember from high school.
People had dial-up modem?
Remember that? And it's earnestly made and very admirable. But again, there's no stakes in this movie. I feel like it was totally shoehorned in. It's got this episodic feel, so it ranks really in the middle for me with these movies. And like one of the things, like they've got all these galaxies and worlds to play with, right? And then I find lately with these Marvel movies, when they go on an alien planet, it's all obscured by smoke, or there's not a lot of imagination that goes into the world building. And when you look at things like Black Panther or Thor Ragnarok, where there was all these like vivid details and imagery, I just felt like the production design of this one and the actual visuals were a little bland.
But with the details, they've de-aged these characters.
Yeah, that was crazy. Samuel L. Jackson and Clark Gregg, because it's set in the 90s, they de-aged them so they look decades younger, and that technology is astounding, the fact that they're able to do that. I mean, look at this. Yeah, it's full of great action. It's got funny moments. Stay for the 2 bonus scenes at the end of the credits, but I thought it was pretty mediocre.
How many hammers?
3 out of 5.
So that means you really liked Apollo 11.
You need to run, not walk, to the nearest theater and check out Apollo 11, the brilliant new documentary that traces the 1969 moon landing. It starts on launch day, takes you through the entire journey to when these astronauts got back home. Take a look.
I'd like to know what you feel as far as the responsibilities of representing mankind on this trip.
That's relatively difficult to answer. It's a job that we collectively said that was possible and we could do, and of course the nation itself is backing us, so we just sincerely hope that we measure up to that.
Oh my God. Okay, Riaz, this consists entirely of archival footage. There's absolutely no narration in the film, and there are no talking heads interviews. So it's essentially a time capsule plucked straight from 1969. It feels like they did the moon landing, and then like the next week later, they put out this movie. Director Todd Douglas Miller utilizes a number of film formats, including stuff they've never seen before. Some of it 70 millimeter, some of it tiny little closed circuit footage, mission control stuff. But look at the quality of it. I mean, the vivid detail and the colors that come to life. It is a glorious cinematic achievement, and it's a documentary in its purest form. They should show this stuff in schools. It is essential viewing. I felt like I was there. I was breathing the humid Florida air on launch day. I was feeling that cold vastness of space. And here we are arguing on Twitter about females in superhero movies, and this happened almost 50 years ago, and I feel like a lot of people have lost that endeavoring spirit and don't remember this kind of odyssey that we embarked on, where the entire world watched this event in '69, and this is just masterful stuff. So I cannot stress enough. I don't know if it's playing in the IMAX anymore in some areas. It had a limited run, but you've got to see this in the theater. It is an incredible journey.
I think we know where this is going, but how many hammers?
You teased it earlier. 5 out of 5.
Brilliant. Okay, some good options at the box office this weekend, and yeah, we'll put that one on the list. I'm amazed at how they remastered that footage.
Please do.